Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the Limitxless podcast. I'm sweating like crazy because I'm afraid I'm gonna do something wrong or mispronounce some words because English is not my first language. But it's very special this moment. This moment is the very first episode of the Limitxless podcast. If you're listening, thank you so much for being with me on this special moment. And if I ever get rich one day, I will share the money with you. So I have a special topic today to talk about: self-improvement. I will share with you a couple of tips that will definitely help you. I hate long introduction, so let's get to it. Tip number 1, have a plan. You can't go living your life just by hoping. Poor people hope. They stay poor because they wake up and just start hoping that someone might give them the money, hoping that something will happen to them, that someone will maybe be nice and try to help them out. People advise you to go to see what rich people read and read it. I don't say this. I don't say that. I advise you to go to the poor people and see what they read and don't read it, because it didn't help them, so it wouldn't help you, so you would avoid them. If somebody gives you $1 million, what happens then? You will say, Bashar, I will be a millionaire. It's true, but not for long. Why? I'll tell you. If someone said if you collect all the money in the world and divide it equally among everybody, all the money will soon come back to the same pockets. Because if you don't have a plan, you will just spend the money without thinking. While this other person has a plan of how to receive the money which you are spending randomly. If you don't have a plan of your own, you will be a part of someone else's plan. You don't chase success. Success chases you. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. Success is looking somewhere to stay. So you attract it by working on yourself and making yourself attractive. Tip number 2, set goals. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have a paper with your goals on it, you're doing something wrong. You're gonna fail. If you don't have a paper with your goals on it, drop everything and go make some goals and put it on that piece of paper. Don't tell me how it works, it will work. Tip number 3, choose your friends wisely. Let me share this with you. What if your enemy puts poison in your coffee? You will say, duh, Bashar, I will die. That is true. Let me ask you this. What if your friend, by accident, poured poison in your coffee? What happens then? You will say, then I will die. That is true. Watch your coffee. See, it doesn't matter where the bad comes from. It will still affect you. Many people don't pay attention to it because when the bad comes from your friends, you don't notice it. You don't pay attention to it. Someone said, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. Why? Because by meeting your friends, we can already see what kind of person you are. Please, oh please choose your friends wisely. It can affect and says, F it, I'm not gonna work today, goes back to sleep. Jenny, on the other hand, wakes up and sees the rain and sees, what a great to go out in there and make some sales. Almost everyone will be at home, even the salesman. So I will be the only one who's selling the product. And goes there and makes a lot of sales. And that's why Jenny gets more paid than John. Value. Jenny puts more value in 1 hour than John does. Because she doesn't see the rain when she wakes up. She sees an opportunity. Change your life perspective. Tip number 5 or 6, I'm not counting. Time. Time goes away fast. This year I'm gonna be 25. God damn, I'm getting old. I was 19 when I came to the Netherlands. Now I'm I'm gonna be 25. I'm gonna be old. Time is rolling away from all of us at the same pace. If you sit, it rolls away. If you sleep, it rolls away. If you do something, it goes away. I go in and they call me a foreigner. They call me a refugee. They say they pay taxes so I can eat. They say I was eating their taxes. Racism every day. But instead of focusing on what they're saying, instead of focusing on something that I couldn't change, I focused on something that I could change. My grades. I graduated that school in 2 years, what people spent 3 years of doing it. I didn't let my past affect my future. Yes, I'm a refugee. That's my past. I can't change it. That's why I spent the time that I had on something that I could change. What's in the past is in the past. It's gone. There's nothing I could do about it. We don't know how much future we have. Let's be honest. We all had a terrible past. But if you spend the time that you have in your present focusing on something that is from the past, the future will look the same as the past. Some people say, yeah, Bashar, but the past still hurts. Yes, the past can still hurt. Do you remember that legendary scene from The Lion King where the monkey hits Simba? He will hit him. He hit them and he says, ow, it hurts. And then he said, yes, the past can still hurt. But you have two options. Either you focus on it or learn from it. Let go of your past. thank you guys so much for listening. That was my first episode of the Limitxless podcast. If you didn't fall asleep already, thank you so much for listening and being here. It would really help me out if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, or maybe just share the podcast to someone else. It would really help me. And if I will put a suggestions, by the way, on the Instagram story, so make sure you follow my Instagram account. There I will post a suggestion if you guys liked it, because I have a self-improvement tips part 2. So if you like this one, please make sure you tell me, because then I know what you guys like to hear, and then I will just post it the next Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening. I also have a YouTube channel. Please follow it if you are being super nice, and please share my podcast to one of your friends. Maybe they like to listen it. Also, if you don't like this episode, also please tell me, because it really helps me deciding what the people like to hear. And then in the future, I will start posting this kind of episode. So thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you next Tuesday. Remember, be safe and stay limitless. Thank you guys. I'll catch you next Tuesday.
Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip, neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib, neighborhood that's me, neighborhood that's Nick, neighborhood do the dance, neighborhood do the deal. Okay, thought I'd never make it, like no way, I'm the real deal, no role play, my days off, that's no days,